Hi there, guys. Thought I'd make a quick update video. What I've been doing actually. Uh, I have been doing odds and ends. There's a few things inside. I did try to condition the brakes, run at 30 to 40 miles an hour, closer to 30 miles an hour, down the runway, hit the brakes, and try to get those conditioned according to the Matco instructions. You do that several times down the runway. So I did that. Check the alignment, the tracking. It seemed to track okay. I had a lot of wind when I was doing that, so I may have to go back out there and do that again sometime. Was checking out my radio when I was on the runway talking to tower, make sure everything was clear with my radios, and I did find some loose connections on my jacks, so I tightened those back up. My iPad mount had a couple loose screws there, tightened those back up. So just doing odds and ends during this time. Did some more polishing when I was, I hate to say, use the word bored. Fun. The results are kind of fun to see, actually. So every once in a while I do some polishing, make some little stickers, and throw on there as well. Other things. I got a data plate. I'll show that. I got my data plate in the back. I got it back from the engravers. Have that installed. I didn't actually turn on and check my ELT. So I did that yesterday as well. I turned on the ELT, waited till, a couple minutes past the hour, hit it. I could hear the sound on my headsets. So that works. That function works well. And I bought a bunch of oil and oil filters from the auto parts store, which is awesome. What is it, Advanced Auto? You get a military discount, or so. I got a veteran discount. Advanced Auto Parts, 10% off. So makes this engine, the Viking 130, even cheaper to run. Getting a little bit of a discount at the auto parts store. Getting some filters and oil and stuff like that. So I did that, and I think I'm gonna change the oil. I just got through running it. You'll see that clip here. I might show that at the end of the video here because it's kind of a long, and some people will get bored with that kind of stuff. But what I did is I changed my pitch of my propeller from 21 to 20. I was getting around 48 to 4,900 RPM. That's kind of, I think, on the lower side. Jan said at Viking that's acceptable. I talked to him a little bit at Sun and Fun, and he said time that was static, of course. So time you have a moving aircraft, it'll go up maybe a couple hundred RPM from there. But I wanted a little bit more static, so changed the pitch, ran it. You'll see the numbers. It got awesome, like up to 5,100 RPM static. So I think I'll be in a better place, more mid-range at that point. So did that. And what else? I talked to the FAA about getting my airworthiness inspection. I'm pretty much ready at this point, as far as I'm concerned. We'll see what they say. But also, I got a little bit of a runaround. I talked to the lady, didn't really know what she needed to do with me, honestly. And she called me back and gave me a number of a guy. But then I went ahead and called a DAR, and I wasn't going to do this. Just to see the price, I was reading on the EAA website, some DARs don't charge for EAA members, except for maybe traveling fees and stuff. So I just decided to give the guy a call here. Talked to him for a little bit. I was really impressed with his credentials. And he's built an airplane or two or three before, experimental type, and he looks at experimentals all the time. Very knowledgeable, seemed very knowledgeable anyway, and I was kind of impressed. I think it's a little bit steep on the price, but whatever. For his expertise, I'm willing to pay that, like $850 for his fee. And he's local, so he didn't really have to, sort of local, so he didn't really have to travel too far. But I decided, I think it'd be worth it, because, honestly, I haven't had anybody actually look at this airplane, honest, at all, besides myself. And my previous airplanes, I actually had somebody from the EAA tech or the EAA counselor come out and do some inspections. Was it worth it? I don't know if that was even worth it last time. My dad and I had two eyes on it. We would, we know a little bit, not everything, but a little bit. And this time it goes together pretty easy. So I didn't have anybody look at it. Again, I don't love the controls. A lot of things I don't like about this. I hate to say I don't like about this airplane. Hopefully when I fly it, it'll be great. But the control systems, I hate them. I don't like them at all. They run too close. The cables run too close to each other. It's just kind of a rinky-dink. I like things on actual bearings. Anyway, that's just probably crazy, because people have this airplane, seem to love it. So and they never had that issue since mid-80s. So anyway, it's probably fine, but I don't like that. I got the intensifiers for the brakes, but it's the worst brakes I've ever had on an airplane. Even though I got the intensifiers, yes, I do have the bigger tires, so that's a problem. So I probably need dual brakes on each side, but I'm not going to get that yet. The brakes hold pretty decent. Just my parking brake works great. I mean, I can go up to like a little over 3,000 RPM. It just holds solid. But just as you're rolling and trying to hit the brakes, you just don't have enough leverage on your toes. You almost need an extension on the little brakes they provide. I mean, there's not much leverage on that to compress the cylinders. I almost need an extension to that so I can get more leverage. Anyway, that's my thought anyway. And I finished the cowling over there. After this video, I'm going to put the cowling on to make sure it fits. I got it sort of painted, but I'm going to put some graphics on it later. But we're going to make sure that thing still fits on there since I painted it. And I'll show you what I did to the oil door. I have an oil door. I was going to, so I can check the oil and everything. And I didn't like the way the latch system works. And the closer I started getting to my airworthiness inspection, I'm like, I hate this, the way I did this. And I wasn't sure how to fix it, honestly. And to make the latch where I think it'd be safe. If I was an inspector, what would I say to that? And I would probably give it a fail. So I was thinking about it. I ended up just covering it back up. So anyway, I don't know, good or bad. Actually, I have a little piece of acrylic or Lexan or something, and I adhered that back in place where the latch was going to go for the door. I'll show a picture. You'll see it. But that might get rejected. Maybe cracks or something will prevent that from passing, but I'll figure that out. Anyway, that's what I've been doing. I think we're ready for inspection, and we'll see you next time. So change the prop pitch from 21 to 20. At 21, I was getting around 48 to 4,900 RPM at full throttle, static. Hoping to get closer, and I guess that's okay, according to Jan at Viking. Talked to him a little bit at Sun and Fun. And I'm going to try to get just a little bit more RPM. The Whirlwind propeller.
Traffic.
Sorry, the Whirlwind propeller was saying max 5,800, don't go above 5,800 RPM. And I think the ultimate RPM I think is 6,000, but that's the ultimate. 5,800 I think is probably as much as you want to go, is my understanding. So my goal is to somewhere get in the middle range. If I could have 5,000 static, that'd be great. And as I roll out, hopefully I get 52 or so. And for me, that's going to be great. Good enough here.
Traffic.
And I'm using my Lightspeed Delta Zulu headsets. Just bought these. Haven't never really used them yet. Trying the record function. So you're watching this under the record function. And just idling here. Kind of see all my gauges, fuel pressure, fuel flow, amps, volts. It looks good. I'm going to change this up here. Showing my instruments up here now at 524. Before I go full throttle, I guess I better lock my door. There we go. I don't know how well that's reading anymore. Come on, almost got 5,000. There's my 5,000. All right. So it'll touch 5,000 now. It wasn't touching 5,000 before. Idle, or there's throttle all the way out right there. And that's kind of what I'm getting, about 1320 or so. And that's actually idling pretty nice right there. They set up to like 1,600 as far as idle goes. So now it's starting to come down a little, maybe a little bit, but one more time, we'll go right up to it. All right, 5,100 RPM, nice. That's about where I want to be. Very good, very, very good. Okay, 5,100 RPM. And everything's sounding great. We're going to go ahead and get rid of it, kill it for now, and if anybody sees anything abnormal or anything that you think I should pay attention to, let me know.